Good morning, everybody. This is Yehudis Shamroth from Ramat Beit Shemesh, Israel. I'm speaking to you live on Wellness Wednesdays. I'm a nurse anesthetist, and I went back to school and became a physician and doctor of Chinese medicine and acupuncture. And so I meld the best of both worlds together, the Western and the Eastern medicine. And I like to give this podcast every week to just explore very interesting health issues that people seem to talk about and not really know a lot about because there's so much information out there. So I try to extract everything down to its essence. And I encourage you to look at the YouTube channel where I have a weekly series of these Wednesday podcasts and recordings. If you want to see replays of them, go to the YouTube channel and please like the channel because they become, the more likes I have, the more it'll be exposed to other people as well. And if please don't hesitate to comment and on how you liked it or didn't like it, and tell me anything you would like me to talk about or suggest any people you'd like me to interview. Today we have a very, very special guest with us. I'm going to go off the topic of gastrointestinal health, which I've been doing for the last 3 weeks, and you're probably tired of hearing it over and over. But to me, I've just been turned on to the microbiome and how it's so important to us and how we really need to take care of our digestive systems in order to cure everything. But I'm going to take a break from that, luckily for you, and I'm going to discuss essential oils today and why essential oils are so important for healing and so good for healing. I'm going to switch over to my slideshow if I can figure out how to do that. Wait a second. I forgot what to do. I'm going to share my screen. That's the first thing. Okay, that one right there. Share my screen. Okay, there we are, sharing my screen. And this is my poster for this week, my flyer. And we're going to talk about why essential oils are very important for our health, why I decided to use them. And we're going to interview Nechama Tovey, who is my boss, actually, in essential oils. We belong to a company called Doterra. I'm going to explain that to you, too, what that means and why I do it and why these are the best oils and why I chose them, because I only want the best for myself, my family, and my patients. So we're going to talk about a kit they offer in particular called the Home Essentials Kit. And this is what Nechama is going to discuss. And she'll explain to you why you should have all these in your home. We're going to talk about essential oils and how they heal. So I've been using essential oils for about 10 years now. I am a big believer in integrative health, and I'm an integrative practitioner myself, which means that not only do I, offer you essential oils and acupuncture and massage as part of a treatment for any problem you might want to come in with, from migraines to irritable bowel syndrome to insomnia or anything, pain. I can offer all those things to you, but I also want to check your blood pressure, and I'm looking at your blood tests, and I'm asking you what medications you're on. So this is an integrative approach. I went to a conference probably 10 years ago in New York. It's called the Integrative Health Symposium. And there was a little vendor there that was selling doTERRA oils, a company called Doterra, doTERRA oils. Let's see if I have a picture of it. Not yet. Okay, I will have it coming up soon. doTERRA is a big company. They're the biggest seller, the most popular seller of, and the most reputable seller of essential oils. So I really wasn't even aware of what essential oils could do for you. And this one woman named Jenny Wilson, who lives in the Midwest of New York, I'm going to send this to her so she could be proud of me because she's got me started. She explained to me that using essential oils in your home and in your life, and for me in my acupuncture practice, would really just enhance all kinds of healing. Because I was already using herbal medicines, and we all know that plants were used thousands of years ago before we had medications and all kinds of pharmaceuticals and things like that. And we know that people are also getting back to healthier ways. And just in the last few years, people are just really sick and tired of using just medications that don't do much for them except to give them side effects. And I'm a big believer in drugs. You have to understand, I'm not against Western medicine. I have been a nurse anesthetist for 30 years. I believe in drugs. I really do. I believe in antibiotics. I believe in medications for your diabetes and medications for your heart disease and asthma, everything that are emergency drugs, of course. And even things like I have to occasionally admit that if I have a terrible headache, I'm going to give myself an ibuprofen. I'm not going to be the most natural earth mother out there, but you can have alternatives. There are alternatives to these kinds of treatments and remedies, and people want to go back to this natural way. And so I was also curious about that. So she gave me some education on it, Jenny. And And I decided to do my own research, and doTERRA was the most reputable company. And let me just say a minute about, I'm known as a wellness advocate, which means, really it's better to belong to the company because you can buy things at cost. That's really the main reason, that if you are not a practitioner and if you want to buy these wonderful oils for your family. But, you can belong to a system where you can make money and credits and things. And then this is not that lecture today, but we will, Nechama and I will do a podcast on that, on how to join the company if you're interested. That's not what this is about today. But I want to tell you that doTERRA started in 2008, and they had this mission of expressing and spreading the news of essential oils throughout the whole world. But they wanted to do it in a way that was the healthiest and the purest. So they stop at nothing in terms of their research and their ability to find the best materials all over the world, the best plants all over the world. They go to where the plants are living, already grown indigenously. They don't like have a farm where they grow the lavender and they grow the oranges and they go all over the world and find the best plants in the whole world. And then they have a production company that's pure and regulated by themselves. The word doTERRA means gift of the earth. So they want you to know it's a natural product. So what makes them different, and again, is that they have no contaminants and no fillers and no adulteration to the oils at all. So we know that pure oil is very hard to come by. And why do we know that? Is because it's not being regulated right now like medications are, okay? So we have to be very careful. And if you really are health conscious and you really want to put the best product on your child, let's say on their body, or let them drink something, let's talk about your children. You want to make sure you give them the best, most safest and the healthiest product. You can find essential oils everywhere. I've seen them everywhere, from drugstores to Walmarts, to Bed Bath & Beyond. You can buy essential oils in the gas station. You can buy them everywhere. And they come by under all different names. I even see our pharmacy has them too, and that's great. Not too many of them sell doTERRA oils, though, because you have to buy them specifically through the company. And it's a process you go through to get them. It's very easy, by the way. You can get them overnight. And actually doTERRA tend to be a little more expensive, but because they are so pure, they make sure that they self-regulate. And they make sure they're without chemicals or toxins, or they're not diluted with any synthetic fillers at all. And the one thing I want to say about the purity as well, you can make sure you have a pure product with doTERRA. Okay. And I'm working for them, but I'm not working for them. So this is not really a commercial that you should only, you think they hired me to do this or something, but I just did my own research, and this is what I concluded. So when it comes to giving my patients oils to, or my children, here's the importance of purity. If this is what I found, when I was doing my research, that makes most sense to me too. Here's what it says: if you use natural living plant extracts, it's the pure ones that carry healing properties required to enhance the health of the body. So listen to this. This is amazing to me. A pure plant oil will give and create more life energy. A synthetic or impure oil will drain your life energy. And so the body has to work even harder to eliminate it from the body. So I just thought that was really impressive. And so high quality oils are extracted in a way that are properly done, and they're devoid of any kind of fillers. And you can know with this product, okay, I'm not going to say any more about it because now you know all about doTERRA. That's what we use. Okay. So we know that we're not going to talk about anything else but that. But this is why you want a pure product, because you don't want your body to have to fight it and eliminate it and take care of it. And, and it add to your problems and add to your illnesses. Okay, we know that oils permeate cell membranes. So already we know that oils are probably the best way to absorb any kind of material that's healing, even better than drinking it, by the way. And when you see an orange or a lemon, or you have one in your presence, you just smell it. It's so beautiful, right? It's incredible. It just makes you feel good to walk through, like the fruit section of your grocery store. And then this lavender is probably the most popular oil out there. I have one right here. Yeah, I have one here too. How funny. Here it is. Yeah, lavender. It's probably the most popular oil that you've heard of. And we've got one next to me. Hanahama's next to me because she's going to join me soon. The lavender, you see, they go to all different areas of the world to find the lavender fields. And lavender, we know, is a very calming oil, and that's probably the most popular one. And Nechama is going to talk about the specific oils, but this is where the doTERRA company goes to extract their product and bring it back to their companies. So what are oils anyway? So as far as the plant is concerned, the oils are protections for the plant. Okay, they're volatile, meaning they are very potent and very pungent, depending if it's from a fruit or a plant or a flower or a stem or a bark of the tree. You can get it from every different type of the plant. And again, going back to plants is such a wonderful thing to do because it's so healthy. Very few side effects. If you have an allergy, that's a different story. But basically, these are very safe to use. And we do have to talk about safety at the end of this, but because some people can, some of them are very what we call this very harif or hot, like the oregano oils. You can't just drink them. I mean, they're very burnt. They will burn you. So, and they're very dangerous. Some of them on children, peppermints and oreganos and things. So we have to be very careful about how we use them, who we use them on, and how we dilute them so that we can use them effectively and we don't hurt anybody. So that's like the worst danger, is that you just have to dilute them, I would imagine. So anyway, we know that the oils are so much more potent than even regular herbal medicines that I give. And I try to give people herbal medicines in a tailor-made form. So I don't give people, here's your pill for your insomnia, and here's your pill for your stomach ache, and here's for your foot pain. I try to give them a tailor-made formula of herbal medicines, which I will do a podcast on soon, and how they're made and why they help the body. But they're very strong, but they work subtly in the body, and they take a little bit longer. They heal your body on a very slow level, so people don't have a lot of patience with them, waiting for them to work. They want the medicine to take the medicine and have their headache or back pain go away immediately. Herbal medicines are a lot slower healing, but they're more effective and more long lasting. And when it comes to essential oils, they're much more potent than even the herbal medicines. They say that it takes 250 pounds of lavender plants to make 1 pound of essential oil. And we also know that the oils are such strong extracts that they are 50 times more potent than herbs. And I saw in a couple of places that 1 drop of peppermint oil is more potent than like 20 cups of peppermint tea. So, even if you can see that they are costly, to some degree, some of them are more expensive than others, depending on where you get them and how rare they are or how common they are. But they last a lot longer because they are so concentrated and they work so well in such small amounts. So how are they made? Let's talk about how they're made. First of all, we just also know that it was mentioned that they're aromatic. You can steam them in diffusers. You can steam them in water. The benefits are enormous. And again, I said they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. Okay. So how are they made? First of all, they plant it, they cultivate it, they distill it. There's different ways of distilling it. There's cold pressed ways. It's not important really how they make them. If you're interested, you can look it up because it's very interesting. It's the whole process of it interesting. But they do it in a way that they extract just the essential oil out of it, and they get the pure oil. And the process depends on the plant, actually. And I don't know a lot about that. So if Nechama wants to talk about how they process each and every type of oil, I don't know a lot about that, but I do know they do them in testing and then they close them up, whatever. All right. So how do we use them? How do we use the essential oils? First of all, I did want to talk about the benefits. Oh, it doesn't matter. All right. We use them in 3 different ways, basically. You can aromatically, you can smell them. Okay. You can put them in a diffuser, which we'll talk about what a diffuser is. My daughter, I bought her a little, very inexpensive little candle with a little lip over the top of it where you can put the oils on top. And when you burn the candle, it also makes it activates the oils through the air. She couldn't sleep the other night, so I gave her a combination of a blend called Serenity and something called Vetiver, an oil that's known to help with sleep. And she put it in her room, and she was very anxious about a bunch of stuff, and she went right to sleep with it. It was wonderful. You can put those little sticks in the oil and light the sticks. There's different ways. Last night also, I went to a friend who was upset, and I gave her peppermint. That's all I had with me. I said, "I want to give you some oils just to help you distract yourself." And she didn't have a diffuser or anything, so we took one of those little tea light candles, and we just dabbed the candle itself with the oils and lit the candle. And she said they reminded her of the 70s. She said, we used to buy presents for each other in high school. What present would you buy for your friend? Well, you would buy her a scented candle because they're so relaxing and they're so wonderful. So if you don't know anything about essential oils, you can maybe think back all those years back to those days when we used to buy essential oils, candles for each other. And they're actually still very popular. I'm not sure they use pure products, but they smell good. They do. Okay, so you can have aromatic. You can smell them and they just automatically waft into your nose and make you just relax, whether it's lemon or lavender or even a very pungent smell. There's some smells that Nechama, who's going to speak to us, gives a yoga class. She uses different oils that are from trees, tree barks and tree sap. And it's interesting because they're very strong smells, but the concept is that you're trying to root yourself as a a grounded person, and when you inhale these oils, you just envision being a very grounded person while you're doing your yoga or just all in general in life, and these oils help you get there. It gets you mentally prepared. So you can take them internally. This is not a great slide, so we'll have to just go over this quickly. You can, they're kosher for, most of them are kosher for you kosher people out there, you Jewish people who keep kosher. So you can put them in drinks and dilute them. A lot of people, instead of using a squeeze of lemon, put lemon oil in their water. They put, we have all these herbs in our kitchen anyway, the oreganos and the peppermints and all these things. You can use oils for your cooking instead of just the real plant or the dried herbs if you don't have it. You can put them on in your bathtub. You can use it as a moisturizer. The products, you can take them internally and you can take them topically. I skipped over the topical. Sorry, topicals. You have to dilute some of them in what they call a carrier oil, like coconut or olive oil or something, because some of them are a little bit harsh. But you can dilute them and you can put them on as a salve for a sore ankle or sore muscles. You can put them and make them in a cream. You can put them on your skin. There's frankincense oil that's used. It's very popular now for people for anti-aging. Frankincense is one of the more expensive oils, I believe, but you can buy the products through doTERRA, or you can just buy the oil itself and make your own cream. And that's what I do. I put and I do facial rejuvenation acupuncture, and I always make sure I have frankincense in my creams, so that I make my own because it's easier and it's a little cheaper, and people get really good results from that as well. So we can take it aromatically, we can take it topically, put it in your bathtub. Internally, you can drink it. Okay, you can put it in your foods. It's very safe. Now you have to be careful about which one is which, so you know which ones you can drink and which ones you can't. And you again, we will learn about that once you get into it. Okay, just basically, there are so many oils out there. There's so many wonderful healing benefits, but these are the generalities of very popular ones we know about. Frankincense. People are taking frankincense right now also for COVID, for Corona, because it's called Batsuela, and you can take it as a pill form, and it's one of the most anti-inflammatory plants out there. So people who can't get a hold of quercetin or other things for anti-inflammatory to keep them healthy with their vitamin D and everything else they're taking. I've done multiple sessions on that too, so you're tired of hearing of what you should take during Corona times, and it hasn't gone away yet. So even though we're getting better, it hasn't gone away. So you can take your frankincense, and that's going to keep you very well. Yeah, you're going to show this. It's a very small screen, so we'll show it. Anyway, yeah, thank you. Lemongrass is good for soothing tensions and cleansing and purifying. You know that lemon is always very purifying and cleansing. Peppermint, it helps with stress. Eucalyptus is very calming. If you've ever been in California and San Francisco and gone to the eucalyptus forest, it knocks you over. It is so amazingly beautiful smell. You should get that if you get that experience, if you ever can. Go to a eucalyptus forest. It is amazing. And if you just want to just lie down there and just smile, it's just so beautiful. It just wafts into your nose to your brain and just relaxes you right away. We know oranges smell so good. And oranges and citrus have a lot of wonderful benefits for digestion. There's tea tree oil. A lot of tea tree oil out there we use for everything from cleansing. You can make cleansers out of it. It's very safe and effective. It's antimicrobial and antibiotic. And again, Nechama is going to go through all of these, but I just want to show you the ones out there that you want to have in your home. You want to have these nice things that you can replace caustic cleaners and things like that. There's benefits. Here's our benefits here. Mental benefits. We can improve our brain function because if there are the oils out there that are helping you focus. And again, we'll go through which ones they are. Help you with memory, help you with learning. There are blends out there, single oils and blends you can buy from doTERRA that are fantastic for kids who have ADHD and even people who are working like on the computer all the time and they just feel tired of focusing, trying to write a book, let's say, or anything. These oils, just put the diffuser on or put it on anywhere on your body, like behind your neck or on your wrist or something like you would a perfume, and it just helps you relax and focus. You have emotional benefits. These are all researched, by the way, and I can provide you with the research on this. Balancing hormones, calming and soothing, reducing emotional stress and anxiety. This is a very big one in our generation, and especially now with Corona, people are so stressed out and so anxious. It's so wonderful to have these in your home to help people relax and get to sleep. It helps with depression. These are not a magic bullet, but they are just, you want to have something natural out there to go to. And I think Nechama can give us a good example of a guest she had at her house. I think she should tell that story. She helped her with this. A lady who was panicking to get on an airplane, whatever, gave her some oils and it helped her enormously. It can help you with your libido. It can help you with PMS. It can help children de-stress them, enormously. There are household benefits. You can make safer household cleaners. You can get rid of odors. You can detoxify the air by blowing the diffuser around with the oils they're antibiotic and antimicrobial. The mosquito control. You can make your own insect repellent. We have a lot of problem with lice here in Israel. I know Nechama makes an amazing blend of anti-lice, and it's very natural. When I came here and my kids were getting lice, I had to put this stuff that burned them. It was a caustic chemical, and the kids would be screaming. Felt like the worst mother in the world. But how else was I supposed to, other than shave their head, get rid of all the lice on their head? It didn't happen a lot, but when it did, you remembered it because it was really a difficult time. I wished I would have known about the lice blend. There's physical benefits. It can help boost your immune system, like I talked about with the frankincense. Helps you fight infection. We know that oregano and peppermint and eucalyptus and all those things help open up the sinus passages, and they also happen to be antimicrobial, antibiotic, and antiviral and everything. And we know that it supports digestion, reduces inflammation, can get rid of aches and pains. And then again, you have to use a large amount sometimes to do this, and it's going to have to supplement what you're already doing. But why not use something natural? Okay, so again, we have a lot of uses for them. We see them now in cosmetics, these essential oils. You want to go for the more natural products, and most people do these days. So you will find them in candles and food and drinks, and even with pet care, insect repellents, household cleaning products, and soaps. You want to get rid of, we did a whole series, if you remember, with Sima Navon of Efrat Israel, who makes her own cosmetics, and she only uses pure oils for her products. I think we can skip over this, but these are just examples of things you can use for colds and coughs. And this is what I would use in my office and in my house as well. So you can look up all these things and get information, because I want to bring Nechama on soon. Okay, so that's just the overview of why do I use essential oils. And I will use them again in my practice as well. And what I will do with people, if they're very anxious, I'll blow a nice calming oil in the room. And some people are very sensitive to smell, so I have to ask their permission first. I had a lady yesterday with such a tremendous headache. She said, please don't use any oils. And I said, of course I wouldn't, because I wanted to respect that and I want to make her worse. But for those people who can calm down with it, or, I use them in the creams when people come to me with muscle aches. There's a concept of when you have an acupuncture point and you identify what you're going to use it for, we decide what you're going to need in terms of your healing, and then to rub a little bit of oil on that point before putting the needle in. And that helps activate the point and opens it up. And then once there's a little teeny puncture of your skin, then the oil enters there, and it just doubles the healing time for people. And I like to use it for that reason as well. And just one more thing before I bring Nechama on, I know been many studies of going to public places and seeing if it makes a difference to diffuse calming oils, just to see what happens. It's just studies to see, what the result would be. And I know they went to many hospital emergency rooms in this one study, and they found that in 100% of their studies, or 100% of their hospital emergency rooms that they put diffusers in, and they made a comparison of emergency rooms where they didn't have diffusers. Those who had the diffuser of, let's say, lavender, I think they used, the people were more calm. They were less anxious. The nurses were more calm. They were more functional. They were more kind to the patients even. It made a huge difference to the whole functioning of that emergency room. And they did several of them. And the ones that didn't have were just still the regular frenetic places that they do a great job. I'm a nurse. I'm not going to put them down. When you're stressed out, you just can't help it. But when you have something in the background helping you relax, it makes all the difference to healing and all the difference in the way you treat people. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Nechama Tovey. And Nechama Tovey is a dear friend of mine, and she also is a wellness advocate for Doterra. Hi, Nechama.
Hi.
I'm going to close my door.
Thanks, Yehudis.
And I want to give you a little bit of a biography as well. Okay, Nechama is going to have to fill in on this, but I know Nechama you are a physical therapist.
I'm an occupational therapist.
Oh, sorry, occupational therapist. Tell me your bio. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think it's now 27 years. I'm an occupational therapist with a very big background in physical disabilities and psychiatric disabilities. Most of my OT career was with pediatrics, and when I made Aliyah almost 19 years ago, I started getting into yoga. And I believe it's around 12 years ago, I became a yoga teacher, and I consider myself to be a yoga therapist, and I incorporated that into my OT. But then 6 years ago, I encountered essential oils in yoga, and this became a major part of what I do, because I found that essential oils were so effective in enhancing my yoga practice. And what do I mean by that? There were essential oils that just took you to a whole other place with the meditative process and in the cleansing process and in making me feel better. And I went on an entire emotional journey in personal growth with essential oils. And I spent this first year of essential oils with yoga, enhancing my yoga practice and going through an emotionally healing journey. Then I started discovering physical reasons to use essential oils with my children. And I invested in a home essentials kit. So this goes back, I think it's 7 years, actually. I signed up in 2015. No, 6, 7 years ago.
If this is backwards, I apologize. This says doTERRA Home Essentials Kit.
It's all backwards. This is the essential oils kit. Why did I buy this this home essentials kit? Basically, it had in it 10 oils that are the basics that you need to take care of everything you need in your house. I basically replaced asthma problems, digestive issues, muscle pains. I don't use Tylenol or Advil anymore, almost never. I replaced Pepto-Bismol. I replaced some cleaning products. I replaced attention and focus issues, all with this home essentials kit. And I'm going to just start with discussing my first oil, which is called Air. It used to be called Breathe. This is a blend for breathing, a respiratory blend. I'm a mother of 7 children. My youngest is 7 years old. I didn't have essential oils for my older 6 children, but I did have for my youngest. All of my children had childhood asthma when they were little. And when I had this little baby, there was an 8-year difference between the 6 older kids and this baby. He had his first asthma attack. This is the winter that he was turning 2. I was still nursing him, and I took him to the doctor, and we needed to do the inhalations and the nebulizer and the Ventolin. And I come home with the Ventolin, and I think it's like 2 hours after his inhalation, and he starts wheezing again. And I didn't want to go back to the doctor because it was late at night, and I was so tired, and I didn't know what to do because I was scared, because I know that you have to go back to the doctor if they're wheezing. So before running to the emergency room at 11:30 at night, I pulled out this Breathe blend, which I had in my kit, which I hadn't really used. I've been using all the other stuff, but not this one. And I took a little drop and I put it in my hand and I mixed it with some base oil. I was just one drop. I'm very respectful of how powerful these oils are. And here I have this little 2-year-old baby, and I wasn't really using the oils on the kids. And I took this one little drop and then I mixed it with a little bit of coconut oil from the cabinet, and I just used half of it, so only half a drop, and I rubbed it on his chest, and all of a sudden it was like magic. He stopped wheezing, and then he fell asleep, and he slept for 6 hours, and I couldn't believe it. The kid slept through the night, and then 6 hours later, I gave him a little bit more. So every 4 to 6 hours, I just applied the equivalent of half a drop of Breathe. And you know what? I didn't need to use the Ventolin again. I went back to the doctor the following morning just to check in. And apparently he wasn't wheezing anymore. And I suddenly, voila, I don't know if this will happen for everyone, but I had replaced the need to use Ventolin around the clock, because this is an ongoing thing for all of my other children for the entire winter, with this amazing Air blend. What is in this Air blend? There's eucalyptus, ravensara, lemon, cardamom. Just a wonderful group of oils that help support breathing. So this kit has a wonderful oil that helps support breathing. Other blends in the kit. On Guard. On Guard is an antiviral immune boosting blend. This blend has in it cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and orange. These oils help boost the immune system so that you can fight off a virus. Basically, what does an essential oil do? As soon as you use it, either breathing it or using it topically or taking it internally, it goes right into the bloodstream. As soon as you breathe an oil, it goes right up your nose and starts spreading throughout your body. And there are physiological things happening. And your body is absorbing the oil, taking it, and using it where it needs to go. So how do I use On Guard? I think this is something that everyone should have, especially in the winter months, and especially when we're trying to boost our immune systems to fight off pathogens that are in our environment. You would want to be diffusing this daily in your home for at least 4 to 6 hours to help clean the air. If you're having kids coming home from school, or if you've gone out to the street and you're coming back in, you want to keep your home safe. So this is an amazing blend. As soon as you put it into a diffuser, and there's what is a diffuser? A diffuser is a little do we have a diffuser here? We're going to get a diffuser. A diffuser is an amazing toy. You just put like half a cup of water in it. You put a few drops of your preferred essential oil blend in it, and you plug it in and you press a button, and a mist from the water starts going into the air. And in that mist is little molecules of the essential oil, which start spreading around your house, cleansing and purifying your house. So I like to diffuse On Guard to help kill pathogens in the air. But also, if I'm treating somebody, I like to use On Guard because it also sets up an emotional guard on a metaphysical level so that I won't take in somebody else's negative energy. I also like to use On Guard in a tea form. If I'm not feeling well, if I feel a cold coming on, I'll make a tea. I'll put 1 drop of this blend with a little bit of honey into a cup of hot water. I'll mix it and I'll drink it, and I'll find that everything's going away. You'll get better much more quickly. And you could take this like up to 3 to 5 times a day if you're not feeling well. So I would take it once a day if as a preventative measure. But if someone starts feeling a cold coming on, 3 to 5 cups of hot water a day, that would be 3 to 5 drops of On Guard a day to help you get over a cold or a flu more quickly. Another important blend, Yehudis has discussed stomach health for the last 3 weeks. Doterra has a blend called Zen Jest, which is a blend for the stomach. This is a great blend for indigestion, constipation, flatulence, or diarrhea. Basically, it helps balance what's going on in the digestive tract. So if you're feeling funny, you can make a tea with this. Put a drop of Zen Jest into mix with a little bit of honey and water and drink it, or even straight. Sometimes I take it without diluting it with honey. I'll just put a drop into a cup of water and drink it, and you'll find that you can go to the bathroom more easily. I've also used Zen Jest directly on the belly button. I will just rub on the stomach in the direction of digestion, and it really can help relieve stomach cramping and pain, diarrhea or constipation. I also would use Zen Jest on the bottoms of the feet, in the reflexology, in the arch, to help, the oils can affect that way by applying them through the feet, through the hands, on the face, or in the ears, in the areas of the body that you're trying to affect. So I have found that Zen Jest can help a 3-year-old who doesn't want to go on the potty actually go. And this also very, very, very diluted. There's a way to dilute for infants. This can help with colic with infants. The 4th blend that's in the Family Essentials kit is the Deep Blue blend. This is an anti-pain blend. It has a safety cap because this is definitely not for ingestion, and this is not for little children. This is a great blend for pain, for muscles, bones, joints. In yoga, when I've had like a muscle cramp up, I will put a drop of this mixed with base oil on a muscle, and all of a sudden everything eases up. Or I have a bad knee sometimes, I'll put on my knee, and then they make this also in a cream. I'll chase it with a deep blue cream on top, and everything feels better right away. This is also very effective on the neck, shoulders, back, anywhere that you have muscle pains or arthritic pains or bone pain. This is also good for growing pains. The Deep Blue blend is absolutely fabulous. So we covered right now 4 major issues: respiratory issues, digestive health, antiviral, so for the winters and all year round, and pain. Now, doTERRA has in this kit 6 pure oils that are not blends. They have lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, and frankincense. I'm going to speak briefly first about lavender. If anybody's heard anything about essential oils, they've probably heard about lavender. Lavender is what I would say is the most important essential oil to have in your house if you're only going to have one oil in your house, because lavender is good for stress. If I'm flying, I always take lavender with me on the plane, because not for me. It's if somebody's baby starts screaming, I'll walk up with my bottle of lavender. And if they don't want to allow a little drop of lavender on their baby's clothes to help the baby calm down, I've had fathers say to me, "Oh, I'll take some of that." And I'll put it on the father's clothes. And all of a sudden the baby stops screaming and everybody calms down, because lavender helps people calm down. Lavender is very important to have in your cabinet. If you burn yourself at the stove, right away, you put a drop of lavender on the burn, and it halts the burning process. It's also a very good antiviral. It's a good antibacterial. It's a good relaxant. It's also a natural anti-allergen. So for people who have allergies, a basic home remedy would be to put in a cup of water 1 drop of lavender, 1 drop of lemon, 1 drop of peppermint, and drink it. And it can ward off your allergic symptoms for 3 to 4 hours. Then you would take it again, just like you would take allergy medicine. I like to diffuse lavender for a calm environment, but also to ward off allergic symptoms. It just helps. I also use lavender, lemon, and peppermint in a little water bottle, a little spray bottle. I'll put a few drops of each, let's say in a 2-ounce bottle, like 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of peppermint, 5 drops of lemon, in order to make an anti-mosquito spray. That's not a very strong anti-repellent, but if I'm just going outside to watch the kids in the park, I'll spray my arms and legs with that, and that will sort of keep the mosquitoes from biting me. The other set of oils I want to talk about tea tree and oregano. This is a pair that I use together to help fight off bacterial infections. If I feel a sore throat coming on or don't feel well, I now have a protocol that I use myself, and other people who I've shared this with have tried this. I will take tea tree and oregano together in olive oil. Take a teaspoon of olive oil. I'll put 1 drop of tea tree, 1 drop of oregano, and I will take this internally twice a day for 5 to 7 days to take care of minor issues. I, of course, do this with a doctor knowing that I'm doing this, and I have helped myself with sore throats, UTIs. This is part of a regimen to help me get rid of bacterial infections internally. Oregano specifically is very good for helping take care of candida in the body. So for people who are trying to take care of getting rid of a candida infection, first of all, it's very important to go on an anti-sugar diet, but oregano is key for helping to kill candida. And oregano and tea tree together also work effectively at helping to kill candida. And then I'll, of course, also take On Guard tea, or I'll take lemon essential oil in a tea to help me when I'm not feeling well. And I'll also change this up. I don't always use the same exact routine. There are a lot of essential oils out there that have antibacterial properties and antiviral properties and anti-candida properties, but these are the ones that come in the family essential, in the home essentials kit and the family essentials kit in a smaller size. And that's why this kit is so user-friendly. It has in it what you need to take care of so many issues. Another thing that tea tree is very good for is tea tree kills lice. and tea tree also kills the eggs. So any lice blend will use tea tree. There was actually a study done, I believe, in 2005 in Israel, where they used, the natural chemicals from the pharmacy, the natural chemicals, and they used tea tree on other kids. And they found that the natural chemicals only killed like 50% of the lice and none of the eggs. But tea tree killed 100% of lice and up to 80% of eggs. They actually killed the eggs. Nothing else can kill the eggs except for essential oils. Now, tea tree is kind of a strong smell. It actually helps get rid of negativity on an emotional level. So there are other essential oils that have, repellent properties and killing properties. And I make a nice mix with tea tree, lavender, geranium, eucalyptus, a touch of clove, sometimes a little cinnamon, and then we, of course, have to dilute it according to the age of the person who is going to be getting this treatment. And I've had a lot of success helping to kill lice with this blend. The last oil that I want to speak about, which is very dear to me, is frankincense. Frankincense is a precious oil. It is one of the more expensive oils, but it's just an amazing, amazing oil. This oil I have found personally has anti-inflammatory properties. I have advised many people who are getting over corona and are feeling really not well to just take a bath with hot water and put a couple of drops of frankincense in the bath. And they call me up the next day and they say to me, I don't know if it was a miracle or if it was the frankincense, but it was definitely the frankincense. They feel much, much better after using frankincense in a bath. And why is that? Because that was a topical treatment and an aromatic treatment where I just found this is the most powerful way. A lot of people take frankincense as a preventative under the tongue. They take a drop. I've done this sometimes. When I'm not feeling well, I'll take a drop of frankincense directly sublingually under the tongue, and it's like a boost to energy, and I feel really good. It's when you take sublingually, it goes right into your bloodstream and starts going through your bloodstream and affecting the body in many different ways. Frankincense has anti-aging properties. It can help with improving the look of your skin. It has antiviral properties. It's safe to use with infants, which is probably another podcast, how to use essential oils with infants.
Right, we're going to do another one.
And we're just going to show you now what a diffuser, and this is not a doTERRA diffuser, but
no, it's not.
But this is
an inexpensive one.
This is an inexpensive diffuser, which was purchased, I guess, I don't know where.
I got it at Max Stock.
Oh, you got it at Max Stock.
And
okay.
It was 20 shekels.
Okay, but
all right.
The plastic seems a little funky.
It's okay. It does the job. It has different color lights.
Right.
When it starts to work, it takes a while to warm up, but there will be
cool air
diffuser.
So if we had the doTERRA diffuser on,
I do. I don't want
that one goes. Okay, that one goes on right away.
Yeah, but this is brand new.
I personally just use the doTERRA diffusers. They work really well. This diffuser comes actually with the Home Essentials kit, and it has on it a 2-hour function, a 6-hour function, and a 12-hour intermittent function. So you can just plug it in and press that 12-hour function, and for 12 hours straight, you're going to have a nice smell going on and off intermittently in your home, and that's wonderful. Let's say you're a Sabbath observer, you can turn this on Friday night, and it'll go all night and partially into the day, and you'll have a really, there's some Shabbos blends I like to use that are really Shabbos-stick and nice.
Okay.
So thank you, Yehudis.
Well, thank you for joining me, because I know quite a lot about it from my end of it, but you are the expert and you know so much about each one of them, and you're my go-to person for all the information. And so if any of you would like more information about how to purchase these, I'm going to let you contact me at RBS Acupuncture. It's on the bottom of the screen here. RBS Acupuncture, you can become a wellness advocate. And you can, again, what I mentioned earlier is that if you get very busy and you get you get interested in buying more and more for yourself, you might as well share the wealth with yourself, and you can make points, and you can make money doing this, trades and things. I mean, if you want to, go into business, it's an amazing small business for young women, especially with children. But we'll do that with another podcast, because it's just very involved. But we want to thank Nechama for coming in and adding to my introduction to essential oils and why I use them and why they're great for healing. And I hope you all rush out right now and buy diffusers and the ones that work. This one, it does work. I just can't get it on. It's a very, I will give up on it and walk away. Then it starts working. That's how
I mean, the truth is, Yehudis, the Home Essentials kit is an excellent deal. When you buy the kit, you're basically getting, it's around 30% or 40% value extra, because they throw in extras, and the diffuser's free. And that's around a $50 value, the diffuser.
Diffusers, that she said you can do a whole podcast on diffusers. I mean, they're ones that are very cheap, and they like the one I told you about with the candle, and that helps people just calm down, and has a nice scent to it, a scented candle, everything from a scented candle to a very high level one like this one that comes with the kit. And
when you use a diffuser like this, you end up using up less of your oils. A candle, you can use up your whole bottle in a week.
Right.
In order to have an effective smell. So you get what you pay for. The diffuser, the more expensive diffusers are better quality, and they do have a 1-year guarantee. Okay. So
right, and the ones you buy at the Bed Bath and Beyond and stuff are very nice, but they just don't seem to last very long. And of course, if you want to take them international, it's very difficult. But again, Doterra is an international company, so you can get it from any country you want. We get our products from England, and then the plugs, the electricity is the same as our system over here. But in America, where it got started, if you have a transformer, you can bring over American products, obviously. But
Doterra is sold all over the world.
It's all over the world. Yes, it's international.
But if you have a Doterra account and you're a Doterra Wellness Advocate, you can enroll people all over the world. Yeah. You don't have to only enroll in your district. Exactly. So I have plenty of people in America we have people in America. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. And that's where I started too. And I'm going to send this to Jenny, because she'll be very proud. Okay. Without further ado, I want to say thanks again to Nechama for joining me on your busy schedule. She's got lots of kids, and she's got her own business. And she forgot to tell you, she's also a doula. She delivers babies.
Yeah, we're starting again. They're letting the doulas into the hospitals again. So thank you.
Gosh, thank God. So she delivers babies.
And I have oils that help with labor and delivery. They really do. There are blends that help with that. There are blends that help with PMS. They really, really help.
So you can contact Nechama. Contact me, and I'll give you Nechama's information. And she's a wealth of information, as you can see. And she will help direct you as to where to go, what to get, what to buy, how to purchase, how to join, all those things. So we hope you have a very wonderful week. And thank you so much for joining us on Wellness Wednesdays and how to use essential oils and why to use them for your health.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.